But yeah, anyway, so we had I think that the way that I noticed it, I mean, not to get too personal, but like when I met my wife in law school, and it was like, I dated girls in the past, but for her, it was like, oh my God, I'm in love with this girl, right? Like I'd known her for a week and I was like, I want to marry this girl.
Yeah.
And there was definitely just an element of like, it took a long time for me to get to a place where I was like, oh, I can actually trust this person. I actually rely on this person, because that's not really the experience that I had growing up. Is the people you trusted, the people you relied on, they would just kind of disappear.
Yeah.
Sometimes through no fault of their own, but sometimes they would just disappear. And so, I don't know if you say I have attachment issues, and that's something that definitely I think comes from growing up in a pretty tough, pretty chaotic environment. But, the other thing, the flip side of it is, and again, this is why I talk about the Marine Corps, is after 4 years in the Marine Corps, like one of the best Marines, maybe the best Marine that I served with, is this kid who grew up. He was a Puerto Rican guy from the Bronx, was a drug dealer.
Wore jewelry or not? Do you wear jewelry?
I mean, not with uniform, right?
Okay.
That's maybe he did, but by the time I met him as a Marine, he did. But he was like, he had a much harder life than I had, and there was no bullshit, there was no complaining, no whining. He was just doing his job, and he was a good dude. And you meet a lot of people like that, and you start to realize, like in some ways, not having everything handed to you is actually a blessing,
right?
And growing up in a tough circumstance and being able to understand that not everybody's always had it easy. I used to be annoyed by that, kind of complaining about it.
Same.
Now I sort of see it as like a good thing, right? Because I think I have a different perspective than a lot of people I spend my life around, where they were born to a rich family, they went to a private school, then everything was kind of laid out for them.
Oh yeah.